For over a decade, traditional public cloud infrastructure enforced security through physical separation. By leveraging hardware-level virtual machines, hypervisors isolated distinct tenants by dedicating completely separate page tables and virtualized registers to each one. While these micro-VMs guaranteed robust physical boundaries, spinning them up required 50 to 300 milliseconds. For edge routing networks designed to instantly process global traffic, that latency floor was a non-starter. To achieve the sub-millisecond cold starts required for modern application delivery, edge compute platforms engineered a total shift in how code is isolated. This serverless edge isolation comparison matrix details how different providers approached the problem. Notice the stark difference between AWS Lambda, which utilizes traditional hardware micro-VMs, and Cloudflare Workers, which pivoted to lightweight Google V8 engine isolates. Cloudflare achieved their target of sub-5 millisecond, effectively zero latency cold starts. However, the adjacent column reveals the structural cost. While hardware micro-VMs offer complete kernel boundary Spectre immunity, software isolates inherently reduced that protection. To hit those zero latency targets, platforms abandoned heavy virtualization containers entirely. They began co-locating thousands of mutually untrusted customer scripts inside a single monolithic Linux OS process, relying exclusively on the V8 JavaScript runtime software sandbox to prevent cross-boundary memory access. The quest for absolute internet infrastructure efficiency required a compromise. By sacrificing physical hypervisor boundaries in favor of software-only sandboxes, the industry inadvertently reopened hardware-level microarchitectural attack surfaces. In August 2026, a landmark vulnerability disclosure was published by a joint research collaboration between Cloudflare's Internal Security Engineering Division and academic researchers at the University of Edinburgh. Their research proved that shared memory models are structurally compromised. Speculative execution side channels, specifically Spectre Variant 2, can be weaponized remotely across co-located V8 isolates. This executive summary details the exact findings of the breach. The team successfully demonstrated cross-isolate speculative execution memory reads between distinct tenants located in the exact same operating system process. The metrics are severe. Attackers achieved a continuous data transmission rate of 12 bits per second, operating with an empirical accuracy rate exceeding 99.2%. Cloudflare confirmed this was a controlled, localized academic experiment. Network telemetry showed zero evidence of in-the-wild weaponization over the preceding 3 years. Yet, the theoretical implications for enterprise architecture are immense. Modern networks delegate critical tasks like JSON Web Token verification and session state inspection to these shared worker environments. If adjacent compute space can be rented for pennies, a passive attacker can systematically extract private cryptographic secrets and harvest an entire corporate authentication perimeter. Attacker and victim isolates are separated by a software boundary, but share hardware branch predictors. The attacker trains the CPU to speculatively execute out-of-bounds lookups into the victim's memory space. Security checks discard the operation, but transient data residue remains active in the L1 cache. Extracting that cached residue relies entirely on precision timing measurements. An attacker must measure exactly how long it takes to retrieve a piece of data to determine if it was a cache hit or a cache miss. The microarchitectural timing differential is microscopic but distinct. A cache hit resolves in approximately 4 CPU cycles. Fetching that same data from main memory requires roughly 200 cycles. Following the initial 2018 Spectre disclosures, the cloud industry deployed a standard mitigation strategy. They aggressively stripped high-resolution clocks from the runtime. Browser vendors degraded functions like performance.now and introduced artificial thread jitter specifically to blind potential attackers. The industry operated on a logical assumption. Without local hardware timestamp counters, an attacker inside an isolate cannot natively time memory accesses. Therefore, classical side-channel techniques like flush plus reload were considered neutralized. The 2026 research collaboration proved that suppressing local timers was insufficient. The researchers realized they didn't need an internal clock to measure cache speeds. They could use the network itself. Instead of measuring time internally, researchers established a persistent WebSocket stream between the malicious isolate and an external server. This server bombarded the system, triggering branch mispredictions in the victim worker. By modulating packet responses, it measured subtle variations in round-trip arrival times. This setup engineered a remote timer as a service. The external server acted as a distributed network timing oracle, using the latency of the WebSocket packets themselves to calculate the sub-microsecond cache access differentials occurring deep within the CPU. This table contrasts the 2026 WebSocket attack against 2021 proof of concepts. The observed escalation is a 363-fold throughput surge, jumping to 12 bits per second. Complete decoupling of the timing mechanism yielded raw precision exceeding 99%, easily stealing live production JWT tokens. The experiment established a definitive technical reality. Eliminating local precision timers does not neutralize side channels. Network latency alone provides a timing source precise enough to reconstruct confidential victim memory byte by byte. Upon verifying the experimental findings, Cloudflare's infrastructure engineering teams executed an immediate response. Their goal was to design a comprehensive defensive architecture capable of neutralizing side channels without degrading the sub-5 millisecond cold start performance that defines their platform. This document outlines their triple-tier architecture. 2 layers rely on software. Dynamic process isolation segregates suspicious scripts, alongside Google's V8 sandbox bounding memory. But software fails against micro-architectural flaws. The defense is anchored by the 3rd layer, hardware memory protection keys. Utilizing x86 protection keys for user space, or Intel NPK, Cloudflare elevated tenant isolation from an inherently vulnerable software sandbox into a hybrid software-hardware enforcement model. MPK allows user space threads to rapidly toggle page-level read and write permissions in nanoseconds, operating directly at the silicon level without requiring heavy, time-consuming kernel context switches. This neutralizes the Spectre vulnerability at its source. Even if an attacker successfully trains the CPU to speculatively branch into unauthorized territory, the processor's memory management unit reads the hardware-enforced permission tags and blocks the out-of-bounds read instantly, preventing the L1 cache residue from ever forming. The implementation establishes a rigid operational standard. When sub-millisecond execution speeds meet modern speculative CPU architectures, security cannot rely on software. Isolation must be enforced by the physical hardware. While the global edge infrastructure has been patched, enterprise platform architects can no longer treat underlying cloud platforms as infallible black boxes. High-throughput remote side channels dictate that code must be written with the assumption that memory contents could be probed. This checklist outlines required defensive protocols for edge teams. First, aggressive JWT time-to-live truncation restricts tokens to sub-5-minute windows. Second, eliminate long-lived in-memory secrets, transitioning to ephemeral tokens. Finally, enforce strict WebSocket auditing and rate limiting to disrupt network timing oracles. Multi-tenancy without physical hardware enforcement carries persistent micro-architectural risks. By architecting resilient, short-lived authentication mechanisms, enterprise teams ensure that operational performance optimization never outpaces memory safety.